Hi Alex, I'm going to read you a bedtime story, but you must first sit down on your bum. You ready? Okay, this is chapter 2 called Magic. Mum, said Charlie, have you got an empty matchbox? One of those big ones? I don't know, said Mrs. White, but I'll look. What do you want it for? For my new pet, said Charlie proudly. He held up Emma's biscuit bag. Albert rustled inside it. Whatever is it? Asked his mum. Haven't brought home a mouse, have you? No, Charlie opened the bag. It's a lizard, look. Mrs. White looked into the bag. She seemed relieved. Isn't that nice? She said, in a voice that she used for pretend games. But a lizard's a funny sort of pet. I thought you'd like him, said Charlie. He can't take up room or make a mess. No, love, that was very kind of you. After all, you might have picked a monkey or a lion. Mum, said Charlie, you can't see him. He's a real lizard, not a pretend one. Of course, love, said Mrs. White comfortably. I'll find a matchbox for him. When she had found the box, Charlie put Albert into it very carefully. He made some holes in the top and left one end a bit open, so that the lizard had plenty of air. It liked the box more than the bag. When his big sister Carrie came home from school, Charlie showed her the lizard. Carrie laughed. What funny things you make up, she said. She poked her finger into the box. Albert bit it. Carrie pulled her hand away, sucking 2 little red pricks. Ow! There's a splinter in that box. Be careful. Charlie was very puzzled. He waited until his father came home. Mr. White was tired after driving his lorry all day and wanted his tea. But afterwards, Charlie showed him the matchbox. Look at my lizard, Dad. He's my pet. His dad looked into the box and smiled. He stroked the air just above Alberic's tail. The lizard stayed very still and watched him with a bright red eye. He feels very scaly, said Mr. White. What do you call him? His name's Alberic. Charlie was worried. Can't you see him properly? Of course, said his dad in his pretend voice. He's a very good lizard. Charlie gave up and went next door to see Emma. It's funny, he told her. I can see him and you can see him, but I've shown him to Mum and she didn't. She only pretended, and Carrie pretended, and Dad pretended. None of them could see him. That's funny, said Emma. Let's show him to my mom. They took him to the kitchen where Mrs. Thorpe, Emma's mum, was washing up. Charlie's got a new pet, said Emma. Charlie held open the box. Albert put his head over the edge. He grinned so that all his teeth showed. Mrs. Thorpe looked as if he wasn't there. Just fancy, she said. What is it? It's a lizard, said Emma. Goodness, said Mrs. Thorpe. That's a funny sort of pet. Why not choose a mouse instead? I didn't choose him, said Charlie. We just found him in a hole in the road. Funny kids, said Emma's mum. She went on washing up and took no notice. Charlie and Emma gave up and went out into the garden. Alberic's green scales glowed in the sunshine. He opened his mouth and shot out a long red tongue. I don't understand, said Charlie. If we can see him, why can't they? I know, said Emma. He's magic. Albert winked at them with his bright red eyes. Okay, it's time for you to go to sleep now. Night, Alex. I love you. Bye.